Hi guys, it's Crystal City, your homestead, and time for supper. So I'm making a poor man's meal tonight. It's called poor potatoes casserole. But I'm actually going to try to adapt it from being oven to just doing it all in one pan. So I don't know how it'll turn out, but we'll try it. The first thing I'm going to do is put burger in there. And I'm just going to start this low, and I'll show you why I'm going to start it low. I'm just going to put that on and just put it on low. Now it calls for potatoes as well. Now in the recipe it says boil your potatoes, do this, do that, do all this. I'm not doing that. You know me, I like to make it as easy as I can. So first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to put a little bit of hamburger spice on this. Because the only thing it asks you to do is just pepper. That's it. So we're going to do my hamburger spice on it as well. In just a minute I'll start chopping it. So the potatoes, it calls for 1.5 pounds of potatoes, but actually we aren't going to need that much. So I'm not going to do that full amount of potatoes either. But it'll still be quite a few. And it says the size of a grape. I'm not sure what size that is, but my potatoes are all washed. So I'm dicing them up. I'm assuming that this will be pretty close to the size of a grape. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be able to fit it all in there. So I'm going to start chopping this burger up a little bit. And I thought to myself, why can't you cook the burger and the potatoes together, and then the potatoes get the grease from the butter or from the hamburger, and they won't just be boiled, they'll be fried up along with it. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know, it might not turn out, I don't know. So I'm going to put the potatoes in with it. That way you shouldn't have to use any added fat, I wouldn't think. If we do, we can throw in a little bit of olive oil or a little bit of butter, something. It'll be fine. Alright, so we got that all chopped up. Move this off to the side. And then I'm going to kind of mix those potatoes in with that burger. I just figured, why not? I like the idea of the recipe. I just don't like doing one thing and then doing another and then doing another. It's just not my thing. So I'm actually going to put on a lid for that. Because obviously the potatoes are going to take a little bit longer than the burger will. So I'm going to let that cook for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back. It sounds like a really simple, easy recipe, and you know, I'm all about that. So I'm going to let this cook for a little bit. Then I'm going to come back, and you won't believe the things I have to add. So the potatoes are done, hamburger's done. I didn't have to add any more fat to anything. I did add a little bit more of the hamburger seasoning. Like I say, you don't have to add any of that. And if you want to peel your potatoes, you're more than welcome to, but I've peeled enough potatoes lately. I don't want to. Now you can pick whatever bean you want to add to it. I picked kidney beans. Make sure you wash and rinse them. And then a can of chili beans as well. I know you didn't see that coming, did you? And the chili beans, don't drain them. Look at that. It just says use your favorite bean, and actually one of my favorite beans is kidney. Red beans, whatever people want to call them. It is one of my favorites. Look at that. Yummy. And I'm just going to let that warm up and get the beans all warm, and then I'll be right back. So now, like with any other casserole, the last thing we need to do is add cheese to it. I think this is working out great, not being in the oven. And then the potatoes are not all mushy because they weren't boiled. They actually got fried up. And I think that's a little bit better. I didn't have to heat the oven up. And then I'm going to put the lid back on. Turn this down just a little bit so it can start melting the cheese. So what do you think so far? I think it looks amazing. So, you know, sometimes we can adapt things to fit our needs, you know what I mean? And, or if you're short something. Now, I did get those cans from Walmart because I wanted to show you guys that you could still do that dish on your own without canning. Because I do have the beans in a can, and I do have chili beans as well. So, but I wanted to show you guys that you can get that stuff that you get in stock. And I know that sometimes with the food banks, they'll give you chili beans, or they'll give you red beans or black beans or pinto beans or whatever, and you can use that in there. And I suppose right now, about this time of year, they'll probably be giving away a lot of potatoes too, especially here in Michigan, because like we are a major potato manufacturer here in Michigan. We have Spud Pack in Edmore. It's potato capital of Michigan. So, yeah. So I think that, you know, if you can figure out ways to use up your potatoes or whatever, that's a good idea. I don't know, with the rise of cost of food, and like a lot of the channels that are not scare channels, they've been talking about it too. And so I thought, you know, a lot of times casseroles are something that's affordable. It's something that's not that expensive. And, you know, you could put that together with half the meat. You could put it together with no meat. But with that, there's a lot of protein in there. There's the meat and the two kinds of beans. There's a lot of protein in there. And with the cheese, you have dairy, you know, you have your starch, everything. So let that finish melting, and I'll come back and I'll try it. Now, didn't that turn out beautiful? And we didn't heat up the kitchen. We didn't use the oven. We did it all on the stovetop. We can adapt those recipes. Why not? All right. So let's get a bite of this. I'm actually going to pack up some for Tom's lunch, even though he's not working tomorrow. And that way, if we don't eat at home tomorrow for dinner, then I have his lunch packed for Friday. So that works. And I'm losing stuff because it's melting. All right. That is really good. That is really good. It's a cheap meal. If you need to make more of it, add more potatoes. I think that's really good. So, I'm going to leave the lid on it so it's still nice and hot when Tom gets home. And he can give it a try and see what he thinks. But we succeeded on the stovetop. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing
There's dinner. Now, you know, if he gets served a big portion and he doesn't eat it all, what do you do with it?
What do I do with it?
Yeah.
When I don't eat it all?
Yeah.
I eat it for breakfast.
There you go.
Breakfast of champions right here, I'm telling you. Yeah.
So, he doesn't let it go to waste. If he can't finish it all, he puts it on a smaller plate in the fridge and he eats it for breakfast. So, what do you think?
This is really good.
I did it on the stovetop, not in the oven like it said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You like it?
Yes, I do.
It's got potatoes in it, right?
Got potatoes and burger, I'm good. Oh, and chili beans, can't forget that.
And red beans.
Mm-hmm, kidney beans.
Yep. So,
I'm good.
winner casserole?
Winter casserole dinner.
All right. We'll let him eat. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing. And goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Don. What, Belle?
You guys have a great night.